Hello and welcome to the Boomtown Hoops postgame show. The Oklahoma City Thunder have defeated the Grizzlies 128-122 in a remarkable game. But honestly, look, I think we got to get right into it. Josh,
it was crazy on these Twitter streets today. It was crazy.
Yeah, over this weekend, we have somehow started a beef with the Detroit Pistons fan base. So I want to give you some time to address that before we dive into what was a wild game. So, Josh, take it away, bud.
Yeah, well, first off, we did the Hamidou Diallo trade show, and I made fun of the Pistons, and it got Pistons fans really up in their feelings today. Was not expecting that. And look, let me first start off, and we'll get to the Grizzlies game in just a second, but let me first start by saying I have no beef with Pistons fans. The Pistons, as long as you're going to defend your team, and I get that. I don't expect people to just hear that and just take it or whatever. And everybody kept it civil. Everybody kept it in basketball, which is cool. People can get real nasty real quick on that kind of stuff. But people were cool about it and everything today. But it is inarguable that since the Thunder have existed, it's not even close that which franchise has been more relevant on a national scale. I mean, it's not even a conversation to be had there. A lot of Pistons fans misconstrued and started bringing the rings argument. Again, nobody is saying that they have a better franchise historically than what the Pistons have. That nobody would make that argument. Obviously, the Pistons were great in the 80s. They're great in the early 2000s. That has no bearing on what I was saying on the Hamidou Diallo trade show, which was this stinks for Hamidou because he's going to a franchise that is horrible. They have 10 wins, and they haven't been good in well over a decade, and they don't have much going for them going forward. I mean, they're kind of building around Jeremy Grant, who we all love. We're all big Jeremy guys. Is he a centerpiece of a championship team? Probably not. Okay, so again, they may be great in the future. They've been great in the past. That has nothing to do with being irrelevant now, and that's what most Pistons fans have missed. And I don't even think there's an argument or a conversation to be had about that. I mean, you're going to try and bring to me that the Pistons have been a relevant franchise in the 2010s. Not even kind of. They're one of the least relevant franchises in sports in the 2010s. So I don't know if that's going to help. It's probably not going to help anything, but just to try and clear that up as best I can, I don't understand. I just don't understand. I don't understand. But like I said, I don't have any beef with Pistons fans. You're going to defend your team. That's part of it. Like I said, everybody kept it a basketball conversation. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, what are we even talking about here? The Pistons haven't even – like, we complain about the Thunder not having a national TV games this year, right? The Pistons – when's the last time you saw them on national TV?
What gets me
2005? Like, I mean, come on. So
what gets me is they're like, you don't watch the basketball, you're not watching the Pistons. I'm like, why would I spend my time watching the Pistons?
Yeah, no.
Why?
They're one of the worst teams in the league. The Thunder, who are actively trying everything they can to tank, have 7 more wins than the Pistons do right now. I mean, it's just a crazy thing. Boy, I don't understand. And another thing that's funny, I want to point out, and it's not just the Pistons, but everybody seems to do it, where they like to bring up the fact that the Thunder had all these great players and didn't win a championship. That was the main thing a lot of people were coming at me with today. And that's one of those things I just don't understand. It's almost like the people who make fun of LeBron for losing in the finals. It's like, would you rather have them been not winning and also being completely irrelevant and have no MVPs and no All-Stars? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. I would rather have guys that put us on national TV multiple nights a week for years. I just don't understand it. It was a weird thing. And the rings thing is so dumb because since the Thunder have existed, 2008, it is night and day the success of the franchise. I mean, it's a different world. So, like, I don't know. It was a weird day. Pistons fans got really upset, but it's what makes sports fun. People getting upset and arguing.
That's what's fun is the arguments and all that.
And like I said, everybody kept it cool. No, it was people defending their team. I expect people to defend their team. So I got no problem with the Pistons. I actually really liked the Pistons when I was a kid. Those Chauncey Billups teams and Rasheed Wallace, those teams were fun teams, before the Thunder existed. So, but whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, we were always, kind of respected the Pistons, but it's nothing.
Oh, I mean, again,
we're trying to be mean. We're just like, you're making bad. You're making bad front office moves. You gave away Blake Griffin for nothing. You gave Andre Drummond from nothing. You gave away Tobias Harris for nothing. So we're going to call you a dumpster fire of a franchise because you give away assets for nothing.
And this is going to come off as another diss because it kind of is. But, I mean, nobody really hates the Pistons in 2021. You have to be relevant and in the playoffs playing meaningful games for people to have problem with you. I didn't even think anything of that comment because it's such a – saying that they're a dumpster fire or, whatever else I said was such a lukewarm take because it's not even debatable that I didn't even think much of it at the time.
Before we move on, I want to say, shout out to Detroit fans for suffering through so many just garbage years. You really are the cream of the crop in terms of fans because I can't imagine it being bad. Shout out to y'all.
I'm going to steal Dylan's, what he pointed out. You're coming at the Thunder. Your best aspects of the fact that you have Troy Weaver, Thunder, Jeremy Grant, Thunder, Hamidou Diallo, Thunder. You're welcome. So stop coming after us. Chill out. And it's just, it was a weird day today.
By the way, Carson, you're right. You're right. Tobias Harris was a piece for Blake Griffin and ended up with nothing. There you go. Like I said,
Tobias Harris, that was not nothing. We could go for days about it because I had all these Pistons people jumping in about all these players they've had that aren't even there anymore, like Christian Wood and Tobias Harris and all these other guys. Dennis Smith is going to be great and all these other things.
Well, also dissing us for getting
anything for you.
Well, also getting at us for having players that we let go and became great other places. It's ridiculous. But, we've honestly probably given the Pistons way too much time.
We definitely have.
Because, look...
let Cody defend himself for the Russ jersey and the other thing.
They called Cody both a teenager and dissed him for his jersey. So, Cody, please defend yourself.
I would just like to clarify that I am not a teenager, as you can see from my beard. I am in my later 20s. And yes, I am going to have a Russell Westbrook jersey on my wall because I love the dude as a basketball player and as a person and how he treated the Oklahoma City community. And
he would be at worst the second best player in Pistons franchise history. At worst, him and Isaiah Thomas. And there's a conversation there. So why don't you back off Russ and move on? And also, another thing, the Thunder's franchise is a million times more bright going forward than the Pistons. We have a bajillion picks, and they don't have anybody as close to as good as SGA is. But again, I digress.
And none of this is an attack on Pistons fans. It's just
they
deserve better
with the Pistons. None.
No, the Pistons fans deserve way better than what they've gotten in the past couple years. And I think the NBA is better if the Pistons are good. It is a shame what has happened to them the past couple years. We're just saying, we're calling balls and strikes here. We're just saying they've been a bad franchise. And that's kind of unfortunately the truth. But they deserve way better.
They need someone like Roy Mannix to come in and really turn them around.
What's that, Cody?
So they really need someone like Roy Mannix to come in and turn them around.
Yeah.
Troy Weaver needs to send out one of the washing machines.
I get it. It was just a weird day, and like I said, most of the time it was just missing the point. Nobody is saying they don't have historical greatness. They do. They have championships, but in the last decade, they've been again one of the 5 or 6, I would say, least relevant franchises in sports. I mean, they haven't even. You don't ever see the Pistons on TV. So, and that's just fact. So we can move on to the Grizzlies now, but it just, living in 04, exactly. That was a long time ago, 04.
Look, the Pistons' biggest win is the fact that Alexei Pokusevski hit 23 tonight, and we spent 9 minutes talking about them. So good on you, Pistons, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this.
It's all fun. It's all in fun.
Let's break this game down. So what a wild performance. It was Shea with Ty Jerome, Moses Brown, Justin Jackson, and Poku. Wild performance, got the win. Jesse, I talked yesterday about how Poku had a bit of a rough game. Definitely rebounded big time. Jesse, how pumped are you about Big Poku?
The Poku game. I mean, he started out hot. I think he had our first 5. And to see him shoot like that, I don't know. I'm just really excited for the future. He got to the free throw line. I mean, 23 points, 10 rebounds. It was a wild game. I wasn't happy when I saw the starting five, but it worked out okay. And Poku, he had a big game.
It worked. It really did. And I think, if we gave the MVP vote right now, I think it would probably go to Poku because that was a remarkable performance. His career best, easy. But if anything, this is a testament to how Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is just really, really good. He can take anybody to that next level tier, and he definitely did tonight.
Coach Dagnall, too.
Yeah, and Dagnall, too. It really speaks to how good this team as a whole, this culture as a whole is. Cody, your thoughts on Poku and just the team as a whole just really having a great performance?
Yeah, really turned it around the second half. Poku's the second youngest player to hit 5 threes in a game since LeBron, which is pretty crazy. Good company to be in, if you're asking me. And so, yeah, I mean, he had a great game. And so it's nice to see, because it got away from them a little bit in the third quarter. And then, Poku just started drilling shots. And so very crazy to see, you sit 4 starters on a back-to-back and you just, assume that they're going to lose. But this team is very gritty and plays for each other, plays for Dagnall, plays for the organization. So crazy win for sure.
Yeah, just super weird, but I loved it, though. It just a pure electric win for the Thunder, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, your thoughts on Poku and the boys tonight?
Yeah, we deserved this one, I think, after yesterday's slog of a game. This was a fun one. I mean, Poku is the youngest player in Thunder history to score 20, which is hilarious, obviously. He played awesome. SGA was great. SGA is a superstar. I think he's at worst a number 2. Yeah, and all of them, and Poku did the best. SGA is at worst a number 2, I think, on a championship team. And I think he could be your centerpiece, really. Boy, he is so special. And Coach Dagnall, I don't understand how this guy keeps just putting out, quality, performances. They tried so hard to lose today. That lineup was – and they just had the blue. The blue and Shai, go see if you can beat a team fighting for a playoff spot. And they did it somehow. Crazy win. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's a testament to culture, testament to Shai, testament to Coach Dagnall. Future's bright, I guess. I mean, I don't know how we keep doing this, but they keep on finding ways to win games they have no business being in, let alone winning.
I mean, absolutely, we had no business being in this game. I feel like there was a moment where my soul just popped out of my body after Poku and then Darius Miller hit back-to-back threes. I was just like, what is going on right now?
Poku going off was great. He needed that. It was a bad day to be a Poku hater today.
He had the sauce, absolutely, for sure. A lot of really good performances, though, outside of Poku and Shai. Cody, who is your low-key, let's call it the pseudo Nick Collison MVP of the game, like the sneaky good player here?
It's got to be the Dallas booty, Kenny Hustle. Man played out of his mind tonight. I think he was 7 of 8 from the field and ended up with 17, 4, and 3. Really just out here playing all types of defense and offense. He's just kind of crazy to see what they might be able to get for Kenrich going forward at a trade deadline or maybe further on down the line. He was someone that we all kind of thought was going to be cut from the roster in training camp over someone like maybe Frank Jackson. And really just impressive for him to basically turn his career around in Oklahoma City, which is, again, a testament to the development of the organization and the culture of the team. To be able to turn around guys like, Jeremy Grant, Hamidou Diallo, and Kenrich Williams to better facets of their career. So I'm going to go with Kenny Hustle for sure.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Jesse, I know that was definitely a bit of a steal from y'all's fantastic podcast, Babes in Ballland. Shout out to the Mr. Thunder Award. Who gets that for this one, for sure?
I mean, I do think that SGA looked amazing. I think Dylan Brooks made the mistake of trying to make him angry. So definitely a solid game from SGA. But the outlier here is Poku. We don't get this from him every game. I think it's kind of a little touch of what we could potentially see. And to sit here and say that Poku led the comeback in the third, and then you had Darius Miller hitting threes, like this was just a very dysfunctional game, but it worked and it was fun. And I mean, obviously I'm going to give it to Poku, the double-double.
Of course, you gotta love it. And
he played the most minutes too.
He did again, back to back, like minute champion Alexei Pokuševski. I love it. Like more, like he won by 5 in terms of minutes. Like, incredible performance.
Where's Sean when you need him?
I know, he's awfully quiet. He's awfully quiet today.
Sean is out there like hunkered down, like I'm just not showing up for this one. Shout out to our guy Wash though. He loves Kitty Hustle's energy, and his French name is Le Moulet, or San Le Mouli. I don't know.
Le Moulet, I guess.
Le Moulet. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing that beautifully. I feel like I'm slaughtering that language, and I'm so sorry, Wash. But
we're in Oklahoma.
We would probably just be like La Molette, so like it could be worse. But yeah, I love it. I loved Kenny Hustle's energy tonight. Josh, your underrated star of the night.
Yeah, there's a few actually. I mean, Moses. I like Moses, man. We had that one game. I can't remember which one it was. They all run together. We had that one game, a couple months ago where we had a bunch of guys play some minutes, and we talked about Moses then as being kind of like he might be a decent. Who knows? He's huge. He can definitely get rebounds. He played well with the Blue. I mean, he had 13 and 4 today, 5 of 6 shooting for Moses. I'm with that. And also, how about Darius Miller scoring 11? That's like 60 for Darius Miller, put up 11 today. So this was a team effort game. I mean, missing all those guys, obviously Shea's the guy. You're going to need him to play great, and he did. And then you need everybody else to step up, and everybody did. It's a heck of a win right here against the Grizzlies team that, like we said, is trying to make a playoff spot.
Darius Miller is that guy who like shows up. You're like, wait, he's still on our team, and then he just randomly hits a bunch of threes, and you're just he blows your mind. You
sat 4 starters, and then you also, Muscala actually got in today, but it was just briefly. Didn't play much, so you did everything you could to lose basically. But SGA was just too good, and Poku went bananas.
I mean, they set it up perfectly to lose. Like this is if you showed me like. If you showed me the 9 that we're playing today, I'd be like, that's a loss. But you know what? Shea's too good. Poku had the game of his life. And there you go. That's a dub right there. Everyone else played well. Nobody played bad. Justin Jackson wasn't phenomenal, but like,
it's Justin Jackson.
It's Justin Jackson, yeah. But either way, yeah. What a game. This is just
unbelievable.
This is a season. Just if you like condensed it into one like game, it would be that. Just weird, wild, but ultimately incredible and incredibly fun for sure. So again, shout out to the Blue guys. You can tell that time in the Gubble really took them to the next level. The Gubble, Moses Brown and Ty Jerome. I mean, it's incredible. It really has evolved their game. So shout out to the entire system, the Blue. Incredible stuff. But Cody, any thoughts before we head on out?
Yeah, just some general thoughts from this game. They out-rebounded the Grizzlies 46-32, which is pretty impressive with Valanciunas down there. I really feel like the front court did a really good job on him, crashing the boards. And then to win a game whenever you turn the ball over 25 times compared to the other team's 7, pretty crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Jesse, your thoughts on tonight? Before, final thoughts,
I think we didn't mention at all the free throw shooting. I think we were 13 for 13 at half, so that kind of kept us in it. And then, Poku closed it out.
Yeah, 82.4% from the stripe. So very good, disciplined basketball there, for sure. Mm-hmm. Josh, any final thoughts?
No, another absurd win. We've had a few of these that just don't make any sense. They'll continue to do it, I guess. I don't know what else you can do if you're the Thunder and you're Presti, you're trying to lose games, you're trying to say yourself, we traded Hamadou. Because it's not even like, so what we've been saying is they're going to keep trading people off, and that'll but none of the players who played today you're going to trade off hardly, other than Kenny Hustle off the bench maybe. But obviously SGA and Poku aren't going anywhere. The other young guys who play well. Then you're adding Lou and Baisley and Teo didn't even play. So the tank is not going what I think a lot of people probably wanted. I'm very interested in how this is going to shake out and what pick they're going to end up with, because it just seems like they're just not going to be bad enough to pick at the top. So it's going to be very interesting. You need the Rockets to play a little better, get up into more of the 5-6 range, because right now this is not really, from a purely tank perspective, it's been great to see the guys play well. SJ's had a great season in Poku and everything like that, but from a tank perspective, it's not really going to plan. So we'll have to see how it shakes out. It's going to be interesting last 30 games or so.
Yeah, that's kind of been the thing, is Shea's too good to tank, but Anyways.
Yes. Anyway, also we got from Cade Kimball, obviously Boomtown Hoops state champion Cade Kimball, put a screenshot of our IG. The Pistons fans just flooding the comments on the Boomtown Hoops IG.
They're coming after the Instagram.
I'm not even over there.
No.
At least take your beef with me.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I guess we have a rivalry with Pistons fans now. They need to have a Pistons fan account that has the push that BTH does. That way,
man. I don't have any beef with the fans. It's
I really don't.
The organization is bad. You deserve better. The fans deserve better. You are as dedicated as anyone. After the decade of garbage you've witnessed, you deserve better. I don't know why you're fighting so hard for an organization that constantly is feeding you garbage. Like,
all their
I
teams
get
too.
it. That is dedication to the next level. Y'all deserve it. Yeah, and shout out for y'all for fighting back on a bunch of random Thunder fans on calling you your organization garbage, which it is. But
all their teams too. The Lions are bad, and the Tigers are bad, and I don't keep up with hockey, but I'm pretty sure the Red Wings are bad. It's a rough time out there.
Hey, Detroit, I gotta say, what is love but grief? Or what is grief but if not love, persevering? So there you go.
Yeah.
Just keep fighting through these garbage seasons. Hey, we're proud of you. Keep going at it, sport.
You used to be good. We all know that. You're not good now. That was the point.
Yeah. Hey, you always can just hide away into some really good YouTube highlights. I get it. That's all good. But
I'm trying to diffuse the situation because I feel like saying you're not good now is not even an opinion.
No,
it still makes people mad. I don't even know. I don't know how that could make anybody mad. If somebody came to me and said the Thunder are not good right now, they're not chief contenders, I'd be like, yeah.
I never thought we'd have Detroit fans coming at us with the Rangs argument, but here we are. But anyways, Josh, Cody, Jesse, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Today. I need to fix my words. These matinees are throwing me off.
Got another one next week too. They play at 1:00 next Sunday too.
Yikes. But anyways, thank you all so much for coming out today. This has been a fun afternoon to talk about the Thunder and our, newfound beef with the city of Detroit. And for all of you watching, whether or not you were a Detroit fan trying to vent some steam, or a Thunder fan, relishing a 23-point performance from Poku, thank you so much for watching. We love your views no matter what, and we love your comments as well. So. That's all I gotta say. We will see you on Tuesday when the Thunder go to Chicago to play Billy Donovan and the Chicago Bulls. But until then, have a good evening. Thunder up.